back, everybody, to Season 2, Euphoria 4. Episode 4 of Euphoria. It's me. It's my girlfriend, Cynthia. We're back. She's the host. I'm the co-host for this. Yep. We're talking Euphoria and full spoiler details. And, of course, if you are also a Euphoria nut, then you are in the right place. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking Euphoria every single week, as well as just movies and TVs over here on a daily basis. How you been?
Good.
Good? Yeah. You excited to talk about this?
I'm excited.
Yeah, very intense. This was a very intense episode that had me on edge the entire way through.
So stressed.
Absolutely. And I'm really curious to see if you guys felt the same way, because I thought it was, first off, on a technical aspect, I thought this was one of the best made episodes they've done yet. Cinematography's always beautiful. The editing's pretty tight, but this was one of the ones that I found was the strongest because of the way they handled 3 different storylines, and it felt like it was all building towards something. We didn't know if it was going to be Cassie blowing up, right? And Jimmy sat there going, oh, fuck, it's going to happen. And her ass could not stop laughing at when Cassie had all the balloons tied around her.
And she's, like, trying to fit through the door.
And then you have Rue, Elliot, and Jules, and are they going to have a threesome? Is she going to find out she's on drugs? Which, I'm sorry, like, you don't know Rue's not on drugs?
I know.
It's a little bit, like, too obvious, especially in this episode, especially when I just... the fake orgasm. Which, okay. And then, of course, you have Cal's whole entire thing with the bar.
That was crazy.
There's a lot in there, and that's where we're going to have fun discussing this. So, again, guys, leave your guys' comments. I think, who do you want to start with this week? Because we have 3 different storylines to talk about. We have Cal, Rue, and then, of course, Maddies Party.
Should we just start with Cal?
Yeah, let's start with Cal. So, of course, Cal, you know, he goes down memory lane. He's drinking. Gets on the freeway, starts drinking.
Takes out his old Jeep.
Takes out the old Jeep, goes straight to the old bar. He hasn't been in, 25 years, I think he mentioned. He's dancing. We see him reminiscence about his love and wants to wrestle. Yeah. Wants to wrestle. You want to wrestle? You want to wrestle? I knew he was going to get kicked out.
Yeah. He was going too crazy.
Exactly.
Especially when he was dancing with that guy, like...
Yeah, he was getting a little bit too, like, touchy.
I know.
And all that stuff. I don't know about you, like... If some random person came up and started, like, touching your face, I think you'd be like, get the fuck out. Especially COVID nowadays. No. Yeah. But then adding in there, of course, then he heads home, and I'm like, you and me are like, is he gonna get in a car crash? Is he not? Which, she loves to mention this. And I don't know if he has a right... Why is Rue, and you can say it, why is Rue...
always... there when something big's happening.
Yes. Like you mentioned last week, and we didn't say it in the episode, but you noticed that Rue was with the suitcase driving past Fezco's house.
Yeah, she was riding her bike past.
Yeah.
As Cal's sitting outside and Ashtray's
like... Yep. And then, like, in this episode, they drive past Cal when he's driving drunk. So it's funny how that works, but of course, the big thing at the end of this episode was Cal. Him pretty much telling his family, fuck you. Yeah. I'm out. I want to go be with my thing. Telling Nate he's an accident and a waste of life, and that his whole entire life is a lie. The other son that we don't even fucking see, I totally forgot he was even a thing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Pretty much talking about how he's a fucking liar and how his
he's pretty screwed up.
He's screwed up.
I think they're all mentally screwed up.
They're all messed up. And everyone has something fucked up to them, and in all honesty, like, all of us do.
Yeah.
But, like, this family is fucked up. And Marcia just being like, I'm done. Fuck it. Like, I'm done. So we know they're done. They're getting a divorce. There's no way that's just rectified at all. Mm-hmm. Pisses on the floor. And who's the actor's name? What's his name? Do you remember?
Eric Dane.
Eric Dane. Shout out to the man, dude. What great acting it was. Monologue, penis out, and still doing that fantastic thing. Mm-hmm. Takes his family portrait and goes, fuck you, I'm out.
I'm really curious what happened to their
youngest
son.
Oh, and the youngest son, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the youngest son. There's what happened to his boyfriend, or his best friend.
Yeah.
There are elements in there that are missing, and as much as I hate Cal, I'm interested to see where it goes. Yeah. Because I'm wondering as we saw, his father was kind of an asshole to him in episode 3 last week, so does that have anything to do with it? So it's curious to see where that goes. Really great finale for him, going into the midpoint of this entire season where we have 4 episodes still left. Now, of course, let's jump over to Maddies Party, which the entire sequence...
Well, I guess it starts with...
Cassie and Nate arguing with one another, and then it kind of going back and forth between Maddie and Nate rectifying each other and kind of coming to terms. And I used to love Cassie. And I think Sydney does such an amazing job performance. Like, just her anxiety, like, the way that her breathing... She's an amazing actress. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
She's just annoying.
Her character... Absolutely. Her character is becoming so frustrating. The entire... Like, in this entire episode built that up. And, you know, she's getting drunk.
I just want it to come out already because I'm
exactly.
Just so
now it's building to the point where it's like, just fucking someone say something. I thought when she got in the hot tub and she jumps on Nate and it's like...
That was intense.
But you said something and my girlfriend, Cynthia, smartest person in the world, you said you think Lexi knows now.
I think Lexi knows. Just the way she has been watching her. Mm-hmm. Just even at home.
And Lexi's always the one that watches everyone and observes.
Never says anything.
To be honest, she is probably the smartest character out of all the friend groups. So I'm with you on that. And I wonder if she is going to write that into her play. And I think that's how it's going to come out now.
Okay.
I think that's how everyone's going to go.
I can see that.
And I think it's going to happen in the finale, if not the episode before the finale. Okay. And it's going to kick in and it's going to be like...
You don't think the last episode will be like the play?
No, I have a feeling the last episode... If it comes out, it's going to be the episode before the last one. Yeah. I think we'll want to see what happens to that, because I think it'll be that revelation of Cassie notices. Cassie and Maddie will probably be sitting right next to each other. Probably Nate right next to Maddie.
But the way Maddie looked at Cassie in
it's
the
like
hot
she
tub,
knows too.
She kind of like...
She's starting to get it. Pieces are starting to come together.
Yeah.
It's gonna get darker, but goddamn was that the most toxic thing. They're all toxic with one another. So Maddie and Nate, Cassie and Nate, don't matter who the fuck it is. They are toxic as hell. I'm not for it. That whole entire thing was funny and stupid, and this was just a very frustrating episode, I think, because of all the character choices. But that's okay, because these are characters that we're invested in, and every show you watch, there's going to be a character that frustrates you. So I guess the last storyline to kind of jump into, because I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything at Maddies Party? Not really. I mean, you guys will let us know. Next, going to Rue, Elliot, and Jules. Of course, it opens up, and Rue is getting head from Jules, and she fakes an orgasm. Which, when she started doing it, I'm like, okay, it's like, you're faking it, and then, and it's like, real bitch.
That was terrible.
It was very fake.
Yeah.
Like, even on acting level, which, shout out to Zendaya. I mean, I'm sure she could do either or, you know, but, man. And Jules kind of feels right there that something's off.
Yeah.
Which... Again, that's the one thing I think is dumb. You know how Rue is when she does drugs. Really don't know she's on drugs? Yeah. You know, like, you just think she's out of it? Which, maybe I'm wrong. Is she on medication at all?
She was supposed to. Like, I guess, like, her whole life she was.
So, I guess maybe Jules is putting that in perspective. But I'd like a line of that, at least. Because it just kind of makes Jules look a little dumb. Not fully, but maybe just... I guess the thing about
naive.
Jules is, though, and... While we know what we know about her past, maybe that's just how she is she likes to ignore what's right in front. You know, like issues. So I guess take that issue out. But going alongside, Jules and Elliot kiss.
They do.
Make out pretty heavily. Then Rue texts, hey, I'm outside. And then it kind of just goes, they're going to have a threesome. What's this going to happen? Because you and me were talking about, while Jules is technically cheating on Rue, Rue's also cheating on Jules with drugs.
Yeah.
And all of that is just building and building up. And now, of course, Elliot was flat out honest with her. She's not sober. And they still had sex.
Yes. Well.
We assume.
Yeah.
I assume. I mean, I would be shocked if they didn't. And then we see Rue goes home and she's pissed at them. Which I always thought, I'm like, why did you guys get alcohol then if you didn't want her to drink?
I think it was more for Jules and Elliot.
Which I get, but
because Elliot didn't get high, remember?
Yeah. It's just for me, it's then you put her in that situation. Like, if my best friend was supposed to be sober, I wouldn't drink alcohol around them.
Right.
I don't know. They're young kids, I guess. I'm just speaking out of my ass at this point. So, I guess moving along, we don't know what's going to happen there. Mm-hmm. Rue still got to pay that lady back, or she's fucked. Fesco's now dealing with some other shit, too. Yeah. And that's kind of where that starts to go, because we didn't see a lot of him in this episode. This was just, again, a really, really good middle episode that pretty much sets up more pieces that are going to be happening, and I just hope the rest of the season starts to finally act on them.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because they get you so hyped up, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Yep. And then
boom,
like nothing happens.
Yeah, so I think we got to start getting these storylines to move a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Like I know you and me obviously want
a nice touch when what's her name, Rue is like
with her father.
Yeah.
Oh, I thank you for bringing that up. I would have totally forgotten. But it's real.
Yeah.
And you kind of understand why she's the way she is. Why is she feeling this way? So it's an emotional structure. I love that moment. And I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well. So I guess for my final thoughts, I really like this episode. It's a very frustrating episode, but a necessary one that I hope in the next episode, now episode 5, we finally start to act on some of these things. What's going to happen with Cal and his family? What's going to happen with that tape? We know that's just been lingering for a while. What's going to happen?
Do you think Cal even cares anymore?
I don't think he gives a shit anymore. I think he's so over it. But that can still ruin their entire family. You know, there's so many different elements that are swinging around out there. And I'm just curious, any final thoughts from you?
I think we touched on everything.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. Make sure again to leave a comment. Hit that like and subscribe button as well. If you want to keep talking Euphoria over here, or just in general any movies and TV shows over here, because that's what I like to do. And when I can, she likes to join me as well. So, of course, guys, until next time, stay classy.